Hello everyone, you are watching Naresh IAS Academy YouTube channel. Now I am going to discuss next topic from Geography section for the IAS mains exam General Studies question paper 1. I have completed the GS question paper 2 completely according to syllabus through the 20 videos on the YouTube channel. So you may take help from there. And this is my next series on the GS paper 1, and definitely I will cover the GS paper 1 through the 20 videos so that it may be more helpful for you and you can take a qualitative guidance from these videos. Today's my topic is the Earth's atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere. Important topic from the point of view of questions, and I will explain some dimensions. One is the temperature inversion. Important aspect. Second is concept of the outer space. Third is anthropogenic impact. And last, the importance of atmosphere. In human life, economy, and in context of any country. I hope you have studied too much about the Earth's atmosphere. What do you mean by the atmosphere? Why the atmosphere exists on the Earth planet, and there is no atmosphere on the other planets like the Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, and due to the absence of atmosphere there is no life on the other planets except the Earth. Simply this is explained through the relationship of gravitational force of Earth and the escape velocity of dust particle, gases and the water vapor. The Earth's atmosphere is a lifeline for the human beings, and this is the Earth and surface. When we move from the Earth's surface to the upward, there are some layers in the atmosphere. The layer 1 also called the troposphere, then the layer 2, this is called the stratosphere, then the layer 3, this is the mesosphere, and so on. This is the simple implications of the Earth's atmosphere. I want to discuss mainly the 4 aspects according to the IAS mains exam. We must know about them. One is the temperature inversion and what kind of impacts have been seen on the human life and the economy of any country, and the natural heat system or the heat reserve of the Earth. Generally, when we move from the Earth's surface to the upward, then the air pressure continuously decrease and dense also decrease, but it is not applicable in the same manner about the temperature. Temperature sometime lapse or sometime increase. In the first layer, the troposphere, temperature decrease, and which is about temperature lapse 1 degree Celsius at the 165 meters height, and it is called the normal lapse rate or the environmental lapse rate. But in the second layer, the stratosphere is above the troposphere. In this layer, temperature increase with increase in the altitude, and then the third layer, the mesosphere, again temperature decrease within the increase in altitudes. So then temperature inversion is a concept, and how it affects the economy and the life of human beings in any country. So many studies have made concern about the temperature inversions recently. One of the most important is the concentration of air pollutants, and which further cause to brown haze in the metro cities like Delhi, London, Singapore, New York City. So mainly the Delhi, capital of country, have been in the news due to this, and the temperature inversion mainly suppress the convection, transfer of heat from the lower layer to the upper layer, and it makes the concentration of air pollutants. And when the brown haze phenomena is exists in the lower atmosphere, so definitely it affects the respiratory system of human beings, and the respiratory health systems or problems are generally recorded. Second is the temperature inversion in the cold climate. Sometimes it is called the supercooling or the undercooling, and which is a freezing air. So then freezing air and the freezing rain. Then the temperature of the water is decreased below the freezing point without converting in the solid form. It's supercooled, and due to this the large scale damage or destruction on the human lives, like the damage on the animals or the human lives, and the power outage, and this is the disruptions of power distribution system. Third is the temperature inversion also impact on the human life, creating smog and fog, and which reduce the visibility, and further it affects the transportation system across the country, and due to this most of accidental cases are recorded, and definitely it affects the human life. And in some areas the temperature inversion caused to the frost, and which further lead to the damage of crops of the crop failure. And recently it have also studied the intensity of thunderstorm like the hurricane and tornado have too much increased, and it has link with the temperature inversion. So the temperature inversion have become an important phenomena. Naturally it was exist with the beginning of life on the earth, but due to the human activities, which is also called the anthropogenic effect, the intensity and frequency of different events have increased. So it have become important before the scientists and the geographer. That's why it have studied from the different dimensions. Second aspect is, what do you mean by the outer space? When we move from the earth's surface to the uppermost layer of the atmosphere, so then what is the certain limits of the atmosphere from where we can trace the boundary of space or the outer space. However, it have not fixed, but there was a scientist Kármán, and the Kármán line was drawn, and which is a line at the 100-kilometer height from the earth's surface. Kármán line mainly have become important study among the scientists because they have made it a landmark for the context. One is astronaut and the aeronautics. Aeronautics activities occur within the Kármán line or within the 100 kilometer, while the astronautics activities are above the Kármán line or above the 100 kilometers. Second concept, above the Kármán line, the intensity of Earth's gravitational force is started to decline, and it provides a facility for the scientists to establish a space station. And the International Space Station have established at the 400 kilometer height by the America and the other countries, and this is the ISS, International Space Station, from where the scientists are studying the various aspects of climate, weather, and study about the space and the celestial bodies. And the third aspect of Kármán line is, above the Kármán line, no country is allowed for setting any kinds of nuclear bombs, weapons, and the long range missiles. And the outer space can be used for research and for the invention of different dimensions of the Earth's life. So, a treaty was made in 1967, which is called the Outer Space Treaty. So, definitely the Outer Space Treaty have minimized the competition or power struggle between the America, Russia, China and the other countries. So, this is an important aspect of Earth's atmosphere. UPSC may ask the question from this part anytime, so you must cover this in the three contexts. Next is impact on the Earth's atmosphere of the human activities or the anthropogenic process. The human activities affected each and every aspects of Earth's element, and atmosphere is one of them. That we can trace the so many impact. One is the emission of greenhouse gases, and it have resulted into the global warming. So definitely we have increased the average temperature of Earth's atmosphere, and further it is affecting the different dimensions of human life. Second, the climate change. Climate change is a impact of human activities, and it is resulting in the Earth's atmosphere. In some places or in the some regions, due to the climate change, the precipitation or rainfall have immediately increased, and it is resulting into the torrential rain. Further, it is leading the floods throughout the country, and somewhere it is resulting into the drought and it is leading the famine conditions. Also, climate change have intensified the wind system and the intensity of tropical cyclones have increased, and the ozone depletion due to the human activities, the ozone depletion substance which caused to damage the ozone layer, and it was resulted into the problems of ozone hole. However, now we have overcome this problem for some extent, and due to the human activities, the problems of acid rain have increased. The sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxide further emitting from the earth, then they react with the water in atmosphere and resulting into sulfuric acid and nitric acid, and comes down with the rains and affect the human life, animals and the plant. And the so many other activities like the concentration of air pollutants. The concentration of air pollutants definitely disturbing the heat budget of earth. There is a equilibrium or stability in the earth system, but which is affecting nowadays how much quantity of solar radiation directly reach on the earth and how much is reflected from the different parts of the earth. But recently it have studied, it have totally disturbed. So we can trace the so many human impact over the environment and atmosphere. Last aspect is what is the importance of the Earth's atmosphere. So we can trace the importance. One is the communication facility on the earth is strengthening or enlarging due to the atmosphere. If there is no atmosphere, so there is no possibility of communication. Now we are engaging with the computer, mobiles, internets and the other communication systems, and the solar radiation have been studied, radio waves, infrareds, they are helping us, and we have studied how to utilize these radiation in the human activities. So this is definitely an importance of atmosphere. Without atmosphere there shall be no possibility of studying of these radiation. Second is the establishment of International Space Station in the upper layer of atmosphere. So due to the space stations, we have now studies the relationship between climate and weathers, and after these studies we have made so many adjustment, and we have changed in the economic styles and the agriculture cultivation like rabi crop, kharif crop after this relationship. And also through these stations we have studied about the different celestial bodies, relationship of the sun with the other parts of the solar systems, and it have become too much helpful because we are making so many positive things after these studies. And also due to the atmosphere there is a life on earth, and due to the absence of atmosphere there shall be no life over the earth just like other planets. And the earth atmosphere provides further scope for the studies about the cloud system, precipitation, temperatures, air pressures and the formation of the clouds and the different forms of the rainfalls, and through which we have made the valuable changes in the economic sectors, in our technologies and equipments. So the Earth's atmosphere is too much important in the human life. Without the atmosphere, first we cannot survive for a single minute, and due to the atmosphere we have enlarged or enhanced the quality of human life. After the studying of the various aspects of the atmosphere, we have definitely changed our socio-economic or political systems. So, the atmosphere is our soul, and without soul, the body cannot survive. So, there is a combination of soul and body, and this is called the human being or the perfect life. Then you should cover the topic in this way. There are so many other aspects. For detailing, you may contact from our websites videos where I will discuss the other aspects of the Earth's atmosphere.